ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC 7 News at Noon.
Maine State Police continue their investigation into a stabbing that happened in Winterport last week. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Also, a house in Glenburn was damaged by fire Friday night, and Russian President Putin has designated the United States as Russia's top rival. We'll explain along with the rest of our stories. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. First, a new week, a new month. Let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Happy August, Devin.
Alrighty, happy Monday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Alrighty, we had some clouds moving through earlier this morning with a system that's been moving in. These clouds are going to be breaking up this afternoon to allow sunshine to come out. So that means some nicer weather will soon be on the way as we have an area of low pressure that's down toward the south that's going to be moving away. It's got some showers and storms with it, but that's going to be leaving us alone. Things will be quiet today and parts of the overnight period as well. But later on this week, more showers and storms will soon be on the way. We may have an isolated shower or storm further off towards the north, but for the rest of us, we will stay dry, but mostly clear and fog on the way later on tonight, and more storms on the way for the daytime tomorrow. And the winds, we'll have to keep an eye on those as well. Those will be out of the southwest and pick up throughout the day up to 15, maybe 25 miles per hour for gusts, but again up to 50 miles per hour sustained are possible before they start backing off a little bit as we head towards tomorrow morning briefly. So for today, partly cloudy and warm. The dew points may be up and down from time to time, off highs in the upper 80s. That south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on time, middle 60s, mostly clear areas of dense fog. It'll be hard to see tomorrow morning with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And our hourly forecast moving forward, though, again, decreasing clouds giving way to sunshine during the afternoon period with temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. The Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office has issued a silver alert for a Livermore Falls teenager. 16-year-old Asia Brown was last seen Saturday, July 30th at approximately 8:30 p.m. at her home on Campground Road in Livermore Falls. Asia's father discovered her missing Sunday morning when he woke up at 6:30 a.m. Asia has high-functioning autism and requires medication. She's a white female, 5 feet 4 inches tall, 140 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Her clothing and direction of travel is unknown. Anyone who sees Asia Brown or has information should call 911 or the Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office at 753-2599. The Aroostook County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man on an attempted murder charge stemming from a shootout in Stockholm. According to the press release, authorities were dispatched to 371 Main Street at 6 o'clock for a report of gunshots. The caller reported a man had pointed a gun at them as he tried to steal a car and fired multiple rounds toward their home. When deputies arrived, 24-year-old Michael Barron was waiting in the driveway across the road and pointed a firearm towards authorities, resulting in Sergeant Nathan Chisholm shooting at Barron. Barron then fled back inside the apartment and was uninjured. During the altercation, officials say he then barricaded himself on the second floor. The residence and the surrounding area was evacuated, prompting the Maine State Police tactical team to be deployed. At 9:42 Sunday evening, Barron peacefully surrendered to law enforcement without any further incidents. Barron was arrested and transported to the Aroostook County Jail. At the time of this incident, Barron was also wanted for burglary and theft of firearms from an investigation in the St. John area. He's being held on charges of attempted murder, aggravated reckless conduct, burglary, and theft. Authorities say the incident is currently under investigation and more charges are pending. Maine State Police continue their investigation into a stabbing in Winterport. A spokesperson says a male juvenile was stabbed just after 8:30 Thursday night. The state police and the Waldo County Sheriff's Office responded to the scene. The victim was taken to a local hospital. The spokesperson says his injuries are not life-threatening. An Easton woman is facing charges in connection with the death of a 1-year-old child. Maine State Police spokesperson Shannon Moss says troopers were called to 311 Center Road in Easton on March 19th for an unresponsive child. The boy was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. The medical examiner's office in Augusta performed an autopsy and ruled the death a homicide. The Aroostook County grand jury indicted 28-year-old Mariah Dobbins for manslaughter on July 14th. She was arrested at her home and taken to jail on July 16th. Her bail has been set at $10,000 cash. Dobbins is scheduled to be back in court in September. Police seized drugs and cash during an arrest in Southwest Harbor on Wednesday. Southwest Harbor police officer Franklin Burke says he was assisted by Officer Jared Hardy with the Mount Desert Police Department during a bail check at 53 Hillcrest Circle. During the check, officers discovered more than 57 grams of suspected crack cocaine and heroin, more than $2,000 in suspected drug proceeds, pills, and other drug paraphernalia. The estimated street value of the drugs seized is around $12,000. Officers arrested 34-year-old Andrew Kotahilmer of Southwest Harbor for violation of bail. Burke says more charges and arrests are expected. A house in Glenburn is damaged after a Friday night fire. Glenburn Fire Chief Chris Lavoie says a firefighter in the area arrived on scene first and escorted the homeowner out of the house. Lavoie says the fire was contained to one bedroom where there was heavy smoke. He says no pets or people were injured, but the house has some heat damage. The fire is currently under investigation by the State Fire Marshal's office. Right now, the Red Cross is assisting the homeowner. Russian President Vladimir Putin has officially designated the U.S. as Russia's top rival. In the meantime, Russia is making gains in eastern Ukraine. Alex Hogan is in Ukraine's capital with the latest.
During the country's Navy parade in St. Petersburg, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a declaration calling the U.S. one of its greatest rivals. At that celebration, Putin met with his Navy's top brass and touted the country would soon have a new hypersonic missile that it's been testing. Here in Ukraine, as Russian forces make new gains in the east, President Volodymyr Zelensky calling for a mandatory evacuation of the Donetsk region. Tonight, he urged his country not to give up.
We have to hold on in the south, in the east, and everywhere. We have to hold on in defense, diplomacy, and politics to preserve our unity.
In Odessa, ships full of grain remain docked. Grain shortages have already triggered a global food crisis. Now today, Zelensky says the country will likely only collect half of its usual harvest because of the war. To the east, farmers in the fields of Zaporizhia are harvesting their grain in self-made flak jackets as missiles soar overhead. Half of the region is currently occupied territory. And over in Kharkiv, brittle fields near the front lines are on fire from Russian shelling. Ukrainian service members condemning these attacks.
Russia and Russian forces are to blame for the food crisis. They destroy our warehouses, our crops, our fields, our food, our animals. They destroy everything.
Russia overnight unleashing heavy bombardment in the southern city of Mykolaiv. The mayor there says that this was the most intense attack since the start of the war. In Kyiv, Ukraine, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, a new report points to big problems with federal student loans and big losses ahead. We'll explain when we return. We'll be right back.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again.
I never paid a penny out of pocket, and they settled my case for over $165,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
Everyone needs a place to call home, somewhere where they can feel comfortable and be themselves. Finding that home is not always easy. Let RE/MAX at Home take the stress out of it for you. We take a personal approach and try to put ourselves in our clients' shoes and envision them in a home with their friends and their family. Communication, transparency, honesty, and integrity are what we value when interacting with our clients. We like to simplify the process and make it hassle-free. RE/MAX. Don't worry, we've done this a million times.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When UC got unpredictable, I got rapid symptom relief with Rinvoq. Check.
When UC held me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC got the upper hand,
Rinvoq helped visibly repair the colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Caswell's Grocery Liquidation, where you shop first. Shop local. Great savings and selection. It's worth the trip. You won't be disappointed.
Your dollar goes a long, 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 long way at Caswell.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Governor Janet Mills sent a letter to federal officials for increased funding and expanded eligibility for its low-income heating assistance program, better known as LIHEAP. Mills says it would help ensure Maine residents stay warm in their homes. The state is expecting to receive $38 million in LIHEAP funds this winter. It got $55 million last year through the American Rescue Plan Act. Maine's Energy Department Director Dan Burgess says this funding is very crucial.
Really is helping Maine people in a time of need pay for heating costs.
According to Burgess, Maine is the most heating oil-dependent state in the country, as 60% of homes rely on oil. A watchdog report points to big problems over federal student loans with big losses ahead. A government accountability report says the U.S. Education Department will likely lose $197 billion on loans made over the past 25 years because of policy changes and underestimates in hoped revenue. The report says the Education Department estimated revenue of about $114 billion from 1997 to 2021, but lost billions on over-assumptions about borrowers and repayments, pandemic policy changes, income-based repayments, and moratoriums on student loan repayments. The report says Education Department calculations were off by about $311 billion. A local electrical workers union is offering programs to help attract new electricians to the workforce. Dylan Holloway visited the training center to learn more.
The Electrical Training Alliance Central Maine Apprenticeship Center is committed to training the electricians of the future. The center, located in a former Newport Elementary School, has multiple opportunities available for those interested in learning the trade. Nicholas Paquette of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 1253 says the apprenticeship program is a great way to earn your license in Maine. He says apprentices in the tuition-free program take classes at night and work on job sites during the day.
So they get their on-the-job training during the day with our signatory contractors. And not only do they have good wages, they have benefits as well.
Paquette says raises are based on hours put into the program, giving incentive to individuals who show initiative. Through a grant, the center is also starting a new pre-apprenticeship program for local high school students.
We're piloting a pre-apprenticeship program, which is like an apprenticeship readiness program with the high school students over at Nokomis Regional High. It's for 16 plus. It really gives a good understanding of all the trades, not just electrical.
The 120-hour program is nationally accredited and allows students to learn about several different trades, helping them make their goals a reality.
If they want to be a carpenter, we'll point them over here. If they want to be a general laborer, there's a program for that. Or what have you, like I said, welding or pipe fitting. We can help students reach out and get those contacts if that's where they want to go in that career.
To learn more about the programs offered, go to ibew1253.org. Reporting from Newport, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
School starts up in a month, and district leaders are now bracing for staffing challenges. Mel Meyer explains.
Nutrition workers, bus drivers, education technicians to support in the classroom.
The superintendent of MSAD 15, which serves Gray and New Gloucester, Craig King, is hiring for a whole list of positions. There are 27 spots the district really needs to fill before school begins.
It's really affected our transportation services.
Some jobs are harder to fill because they require specialized training, like language teachers.
So you have multiple school districts chasing the same 2 or 3 people that are qualified.
About a week ago, Lewiston Public Schools was looking to hire for nearly 100 different positions district-wide, which is pretty typical. The superintendent says they've started the school year without being fully staffed as long as he can remember.
It's been a challenge the last several years to hire, be at full capacity with the labor market like it is.
But the staffing shortage in education is only expected to get worse. One study found the number of education degrees awarded annually peaked 50 years ago.
The pipeline, if you will, of students going to college post-secondary for education is a shrinking number.
Both districts are trying to find ways to attract and retain those who are going into this field.
We're exploring some subsidized housing. We're exploring teacher development programs in district.
And King says they're working with Southern Maine Community College on an internship program this year.
Those kinds of creative programs are really going to help the situation.
Now with Monday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
Federal regulators have given Boeing approval for its 787 Dreamliner jets. The OK allows the company to deliver on a backlog of 120 planes held up by production issues. With grain exports leaving Ukraine's Black Sea ports again, agriculture giants say crop supply chains will stay slow. The Wall Street Journal reports bad weather in South America is also affecting supplies of cooking oil and livestock feed. Hershey's CEO told investors last week that the company will not be able to meet Halloween demand. The chocolate maker says it's prioritized everyday availability over seasonal candy production. And the makers of Banana Boat sunscreen issued a recall of its SPF 30 hair and scalp sunscreen spray. Tests showed it contains small amounts of the cancer-causing chemical benzene. The company says refunds are available. I'm Leo Jonathan with Monday's Business on ABC 7.
Coming up, the director of the National Park Service was at Acadia National Park in Bar Harbor last week. He made a big announcement. We'll tell you about it when we return.
Check out my Playscape 2-piece sectional. The $12.99 price tag makes it great. The 2 colors and 5 decorative pillows makes it greater. The comfy pop-up sleeper with Bobapedic memory foam makes it greater.
Big Boss Discount!
Greater.
The signs of summer are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And a day at the lake brings the family together. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort, serving northern Maine to Portland. With the push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever summer brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again. There's absolutely no fee unless we win money for you.
I called the twos after I was hurt by a drunk driver. It was free for Lowry and Associates to get started on my case. They got my hospital and surgery bills paid for and got me $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry and Associates. Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
The law.
I've been a judge for 40 years. Don't waste my time.
If you break it,
You didn't pay rent.
you'll pay for it.
It's my show. Nobody cares whether you have a personality or not.
Weeknights at 5 on ABC 7. On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Skowhegan, is sponsored by Comfort Shoes and More in Newport. Come in today and get professionally fitted so your feet will be pain-free again. Central Maine Pyrotechnics, professional fireworks displays, bringing the best showmanship anywhere for all kinds of special events. And Remax at Home in downtown Skowhegan, here to make the home buying process as easy as possible. Remax, don't worry, we've done this a million times.
My Blake dining set, table and 6 chairs, or table, 4 chairs and bench in 3 finishes, in dining height or counter height. With Bob's discount, only $5.99. And now how am I going to tie my shoes?
Big Boss Discount!
Planned Parenthood in Maine says it continues to see people driving to Maine. Planned Parenthood of Northern New England also says it's seeing more people looking for long-acting contraceptives like IUDs, which can last for up to 15 years. Even before the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, Planned Parenthood says it saw the decision coming and planned for the fallout.
We anticipated the Dobbs decision and started working on our abortion program about a year ago to make sure that, we were doing all we could to meet the needs of both people living in our state and then people who might be traveling here.
Planned Parenthood says requests for vasectomies has also risen up 58% in the last 2 weeks. The service is only available at the location in Burlington, Vermont. The director of the National Park Service was at Acadia National Park in Bar Harbor last week for a big announcement. Peter Dubois has the story.
National parks have been on the forefront of climate change since the beginning.
National Park Service Director Chuck Sams visited Acadia National Park on Friday to celebrate the announcement of a new federally funded restoration project. The goal of the project is to restore the health and function of the Great Meadow wetland ecosystem and better protect it from climate change.
This is a great example of climate resiliency and climate adaptation and bringing back ecosystem function into the wetlands.
The $500,000 project is funded by the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law. According to Vegetation Program Manager Jesse Wheeler, the project's climate-smart approach aims to increase biodiversity, habitat, and visitor experience.
Putting in boardwalks and culverts to allow more natural water flow. We're also going to be removing invasive plants. We'll also be planting native plants that are adapted for a future climate.
Sams says these kinds of restoration efforts wouldn't be possible without volunteer organizations such as Friends of Acadia.
Without these types of public-private partnerships, we wouldn't be able to do nearly everything we need to do to be the good stewards that we want to be and that we're charged to be under the Organic Act of 1916.
Friends of Acadia Conservation Director Stephanie Clement encouraged anyone interested in helping preserve the park to get involved.
Members of the public absolutely can help with work here at the park. We have volunteer service groups that go out into the park, and occasionally they do help with invasive plant species removal.
To learn more about the Great Meadow Wetland or to become a volunteer, visit friendsofacadia.org. Reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22, I'm Peter Dubois.
Belfast and Moosehead Lake Railroad is a nonprofit that's devoted to enriching the community with history and some fun. On Saturday, Julie Smith, a volunteer with the organization, held a pizza and whoopie pie train ride. People got to enjoy a pizza from Depot Country Store, and the whoopie pies came from Cone's Ice Cream Store. Kids and adults were taken back to the 1920s with a seat in the train and a ride toward Burnham. Smith says the money is going back to the nonprofit and will help with the new railroad creations.
They're actually working on a 44-ton locomotive to try to get it up and running again. It will make a really good train when we want to travel east down past Thorndike. We could go down towards Brooks, Waldo, or Belfast.
Smith says the next train event is August 6, where adults can enjoy lobster rolls on the hour-long train ride. Tickets are available online, and you can go to foxbangor.com for more information. When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
When Natural Living Center wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Natural Living Center offers natural groceries, organic produce, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
Did you know you don't have to be 65 years old to qualify for Medicare and Medicaid? Many people who are already on Medicaid also qualify for a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan, which means you can start taking advantage of all these benefits right now. A $0 or low monthly plan premium, preventive and comprehensive dental coverage, hearing coverage, vision coverage, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery, plus extra benefits like free over-the-counter healthcare items, free transportation, free gym membership, home-delivered meals, and WellCare's telehealth services, which include online doctor visits and a 24-hour nurse advice line. If you know you're eligible or think you might be, call 1-844-918-0047. We'll send you our free Medicare all-in-one guide or visit enrollwellcare.com to enroll now. WellCare, it's Medicare done well.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Winning car accident cases is what we do. Check out a few of our big wins.
I broke my leg and they got me $205,000. What did the twos do for you?
I injured my back and they got me $300,000. What did the twos do for you?
I broke multiple bones and Lowry & Associates got me $700,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have lots of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on ABC 7.
This year's Northwoods Law Throwdown baseball game is officially in the books. Maine and New Hampshire state game wardens faced off in a good old-fashioned game of softball over the weekend. The game helped raise money for Operation Game Thief, a nonprofit organization that pays reward money to people who report poaching and overfishing across the region.
It's very important to us that the public is the eyes and the ears for us, because there's only a limited amount of game wardens and Marine Patrol officers that are able to do the job. And poaching to us is no different than stealing food off the shelf.
2,000 people were in attendance for the event. The Portland Sea Dogs hosted the game wardens at Hadlock Field. Maine won a wild one, 13-12 in extra innings. Now let's check your full Monday forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Monday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already, clouds have been the theme this morning to the afternoon period. We'll get these clouds out of here, revealing plenty of sunshine and maybe the isolated chance for a shower or storm. Further off toward the north, though, I think most of us will stay dry this afternoon, too. But we're going to be watching another system now be moving in. Right about in here, a couple systems we have our eye on, but both of these will be tracking off towards the east. Now they'll equal more showers and thunderstorms that'll be on the way by tomorrow afternoon. Today, though, and tonight will be calm, but tonight the concern will then switch over to a little bit of fog. Water temperatures, if you're thinking about going to the ocean today because the air temperatures are warm, they're currently in the 60s right now, so not too bad out there. It's still a little bit cool in a few areas, so the water temperatures are a lot warmer further down toward the south. But moving forward, though, air temperatures, our average high is 81 degrees. We'll be in the upper 80s today, lower to middle 80s Tuesday and Wednesday. Lower 90s, a warm one on Thursday, back down to the upper 70s Friday. Then 80s on the way again as we head towards Saturday and again for you Sunday. Dew points are going to be up and down, but it's going to feel muggy again this week, though, with dew points I'll make into the 70s possibly as we head towards Tuesday before we fall back down by Wednesday. Then rising again for sure Thursday and Friday, close to that 70-degree mark again, falling back down later on Friday. Then back up again as we head towards Saturday. So a roller coaster ride, the dew point department, will be taking place. UV index forecast for today will be at an 8. That's considered very high. A burn time of around 15 minutes, so hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you do head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Moving forward, though, the clouds are getting out of here. Now we're allowing a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds and an isolated chance for a shower or storm further off toward the north. Will remain mostly clear later tonight with a lot of dense fog moving in, so make sure to keep an eye on that. That fog will get out of here as the day progresses on Tuesday. Showers and thunderstorms develop Tuesday afternoon. We'll get that system through, then things will start to calm down late Tuesday night and the parts of Wednesday morning, so we'll get those out of here. And we definitely need the precipitation, too. It's been rather dry around here recently with many areas in drought, so any rainfall will definitely be welcome. So your forecast for today, upper 80s, partly cloudy and warm with that south wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 60s, mostly clear with areas of dense fog as well, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. For tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, highs in the lower 80s, that south wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast, mostly sunny on Wednesday, highs in the middle 80s, getting hot on Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the low 90s and upper 70s on Friday, with a chance for showers and thunderstorms again.
Really need that rain. Thanks. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
This week on Jeopardy!
This is one of our closer games.
Relive some of the best moments from this season.
How much would you like to wager?
10,400.
With Tournament of Champions qualifiers Matt Amodio, Jonathan Fisher, and Tyler Rode competing in their original appearances.
You are our new Jeopardy champion. Congratulations.
And two great players who earned their spot in the first ever Second Chance competition this week.
All this week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC.